Alrighty, this will be the first installment of the podcast, so welcome in. I brought y'all in today because we all work together, and I must say that each and every one of you has been a constant inspiration in my daily life because of the things that you do and the motivation and determination that you exhibit on a daily basis makes me want to be better. So the thing I want to talk to you guys about today is what motivates you to get out of bed and do the things that matter.
Damn.
What keeps you going?
I have no idea. I've had a lot of psychedelic experiences. That has really inspired me to understand the finite nature of life and needing to do what you want to do with your life. Like, it is a necessity. You can't just live through life and not accomplish your biggest dreams. I know
a lot of people do, though. A lot of people coast through life.
Yeah, it's really easy to do that. I mean, there's a lot of things I do on a daily basis that are not like on the path, but I try to wake up and be like, like this could be my last day. Like today I was biking and I was like, I'm so grateful to have legs. And like
legs are nice.
And even like whenever we get on like motorcycles, it's like I could paralyze myself. Like that's not cool. And
definitely
there's people out there who just wish they could fucking like walk their dog and
ride a bike.
Do something simple. Yeah, ride a bike. So it's like I may as well go as far as I can go on a bike because that's awesome. And like I don't know why I'm here, but I'm just gonna do what I can with the time I have.
That's good. You got to use what you got.
Especially with motorcycles. You can enjoy that moment a lot, but it could stop. You could crash, and we really have to like appreciate life. Not take it for granted,
I agree. Yeah, I think a lot of things we take for granted on a daily basis, like how we're able to see and hear. Like when I'm listening to music or playing music, I can hear that. So just having that like all the time, you might take it for granted because it's just something you're used to. But there's always that old adage, like you don't know what you have until it's gone. Yeah. So like if you break your leg, then you can't use your leg. You're going to miss how your leg used to be. You always hear the old people talking about, you got to savor your youth because it's going to be gone. It's going to flash before your eyes. So I always think of that. It's like, well, right now I'm young. People younger than me call me old. But like relative to the entire planet, I'm pretty young. And it is nice to be able to get out of my chair with my own two legs and have arms that work. I can do things, and a lot of people can't, and I think we take that for granted a lot.
I think it's actually my fear of not having certain things, like the ability to walk, or I have a really intense fear that probably started when I was like a teenager of wasting time and like wasting my being 20 years old. Like I just, for some reason, that's like really in my brain is like, do not waste this time. Like that's like the one thing I know like deeply to be true. I don't know why. I think I just had like an existential crisis when I was like younger. Everyone does, I think.
At some point, yeah. So can you explain that? What is that exactly?
It's kind of when you're like questioning your reason of being here. You kind of like, I feel like for me, I was just so in life like everyone else. Like I was going to middle school or high school, wherever I was when I was like 13. And one day I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I here in the first place? What is my purpose here? Am I just growing up to be like everyone else? Like I wear the same Nike Elite socks as everyone else, and I'm fucking like, I have to get a job and go to college and like
you have to conform.
Like
you have to conform.
What's gonna separate me? And I was really scared of death too. I was really scared of like regretting life and dying. Like all these really like deep thoughts, like, oh my God, time is infinite, God doesn't exist. Like all these, like, I don't know. Nothing made sense to me. I guess I opened up my worldview, and with that, more questions were arising. So that was like my crisis, was finding out what I was meant to be and what's important to me in this life.
That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing when you like ask yourself simple questions. When you solve those questions, with like answers, you're gonna have like more and more questions. you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I have a way different view of what motivates me.
What motivates you?
I would say that it's the act of sharing stuff with people.
Yeah.
Not just like time, but experiences. And I actually remember having a really long conversation about this with Jeremy, about how almost all of my hobbies are based around the enjoyment that I get sharing that with other people. And I've noticed, like, making pasta with you guys the other night, that is an activity that I thoroughly enjoy, and I've really grown to enjoy. And it's almost less about the food, and it's more about sharing.
It's kind of like a ritual for
is.
us now.
Yeah.
Like going
It's
dirt
funny.
biking, I own 2 dirt bikes so that I can take a friend
People.
with me and share that experience with.
Yeah.
And I think that's the motivation that I have in the mornings, is that I get to spend this quality time with people, with my friends.
Yeah. When you keep that for all your life, you're gonna be happy.
I think so. I really do.
Well, that's what matters right
Yeah.
now. Like, getting all you can out of life right now and spending time with people who will lift you up instead of bring you down. Like, all of us are, I think, on a similar wavelength where we're all trying to be better than our past selves, like, constantly.
Yeah.
God, isn't that true, man?
It's true.
There's a lot, I think, for each of us that we look back at our old selves and we're like, that is not the person I am today.
Yeah, but that's why I called you guys here, because we're all on this upward trajectory, and like I feed off your guys' success. It's like, wow, look at what Ethan's doing with playing music in a band and
sick.
working on his truck, and not even like hesitating. You just do it. And same thing with you with your Mustang. You spend a lot of time and hours just like getting that thing exactly the way you want it to, because you have a vision for the future. And same thing with you, Lucas. You have a vision for how it's going to be like when you move to Philadelphia, and you're working on your Gixxer 600 KTM. All these things are just so unique and awesome in my own eyes. And it helps me, it lifts me up to be that potential for myself, because I look at the way I used to live life, and I used to coast. I definitely used to coast in life, play video games, like not work toward anything. Especially in high school, it's like, oh, the next step is college, and then I'll figure out from there. But in high school, I could have been doing something like this. But now that I know what's important, I could finally get to work. And it is always nice to have people who are working on their lives around you.
Yeah. And that's a thing, is like who you surround yourself with, you feed off of their characteristics and their motivations, which, like, I've felt that from all of you guys.
Yeah, you hear it from like really successful people. If you want to see your future, look at the people who you surround yourself with.
If you surround yourself with like good people that lift you up, you're gonna be like change your life in like a day.
Well, you don't want to waste away. Like, life is unbelievable. The fact that we're here at all is crazy. I think it's like a 1 in 400 trillion chance that we're even born. So the fact that we're here at all is like a miracle. So you might as well make the best of what you got while you're here.
But do you think that we're here for a reason? Like, why were our chances, or why were the odds in our favor to become human beings?
I don't think
in the way that we are in this time period where we have technology, and there's not really like there's problems, but we're not born during fucking World War II, like
that, or like,
or Mongolian invasions. Like, in the U.S., we live in Boulder, Colorado. We have really sick lives.
We surely do.
And, like, we can just go to the grocery store and buy pasta and shit.
We can,
like,
ride motorcycles into
smoke
the mountains.
cigars in the sun on our time off. Like, why is it that we are granted that opportunity?
I don't think we'll know until we're gone.
Yeah, and you didn't apply for it either. Like, you didn't apply in the...
Hey,
I mean,
who
you
knows?
don't know
Maybe
that.
we did.
Maybe we did submit
apply.
the application.
Yeah.
No.
And what's our resume like?
Because he said it's like 400 trillion to 1 to become a human being,
Something
right?
like that.
Something like that.
Along
It's
the lines of that.
kind of rare, okay? Just don't be afraid to fail, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fear of failure is it stops you from growing as a person. You don't want to be stagnant. Like, you want to like dive into risky things, and you'll learn, and you'll gain experience. You never lose. Like when you do something that challenges you or makes you afraid, even if it doesn't work out the way you think it will, you've gained something. Like I don't think you ever lose, you know, even, and if it succeeds, then you just keep winning from there, you know, but all of it is knowledge, experience, and just, you know, trying things out. I think that's quintessential for life.
Yeah, like if you have like failures or like shortcomings sometimes, it's like, and now just like keep going. Like don't get stuck on it, you know.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck. All right. Well, before we part, I wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to be a part of my vision and a part of my path in life to do more things like this and be happy and, you know, keep moving forward. And I thought it was really important that I had you guys here for the first one because I look up to each and every one of you. So thank you for being here for the first installment. And, you know, we'll see you on the next one.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.